the love, the friendship that's generated. I don't know where you've been. I've been here in a couple of days and it's been pretty awesome. If you haven't felt the love, the friendship that's generated, I don't know where you've been. I've been here in a couple of days and it's been pretty awesome. Okay. First of all, I want to thank Mike and Terry, Oklahoma Granite. Thank you very much. They have worked tirelessly to set all this up. The wonderful food, the prizes, the desserts. Oh my goodness, those desserts. Woo! So as soon as those kids are done, the adults can come over here and get it. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna keep talking. So community, I'm not gonna keep you here. I can probably talk for an hour, but I'm not going to, I promise. But the first thing I learned about YouTube was this community thing. Live streams.
Piece of meat for you.
I got asked the other day, because on David's live stream, one of the viewers said, why do you want to do a live stream? Why would a YouTuber want to do a live stream? Okay, if you've got 50 subscribers and you're not doing live streams, you're missing 1,000 right off the bat. Your first 1,000 subscribers will be easily gained by entering other people's live streams and doing live streams on your own. That's that next step. So if you're not comfortable getting up here and doing this, you need to rethink why you're on YouTube, because it's about community. All right? I look at all these faces out here. I have grown to love so many of you. I call you family. I really do. And it's through YouTube. I would have never met David. I would have never met Mel. I would have never met Chrissy. I never would have met Mike. Oh my God. John! Never would have met Cold Beer Ranch. Christian. Not that other guy. Where's that Matt Payne? Oh, son. Okay. But guys, you got to get involved. Right? Sure, if you like making videos, do your product reviews, do your how-tos, and do that. But there's a whole side of YouTube you're missing if you're not getting involved in the community. If someone's putting trusses up, you volunteer, you go put trusses up. Right? If someone wants to get baptized, you go help baptize them. That's what I'm talking about, right? Someone needs a barn raising. You maybe go help with a barn raising. I'll have one of those soon, okay?
Don't me and Matt how to get this.
But guys, this is really an amazing thing. And that's why we started off talking tonight about community. And I just feel blessed to be a part of all of you guys. Rusty and Rachel, oh my gosh. I did a 2,500-mile motorcycle tour. I called it the Freedom Tour. I met 15 channels. I met old son. I was supposed to meet old John from Cold Beer, but he got the Rona. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I met Rusty and Rachel, and I met so many of you good people. All right? And I never would have done that without YouTube, this YouTube community. So I love every single one of you, and I encourage you, get involved. Making the videos is great. You have to be yourself. Enjoy what you're doing. Let your personality come out. Because that's what people want to see. That's what people want to see is you. You can talk about, I mean, whatever David talks about, you know what I'm saying? Because who knows what David talks about? He talks about a red tractor, okay? We all know blue tractor is the only good tractor right there. I love you guys, and you got a lot more good speakers tonight. I believe David is next. David's going to talk about a thing in YouTube called branding. And branding is very important when you want to grow your YouTube channel and take it to that next level, which David from C'mon Homesteading is doing. So let's give a big round of applause for C'mon Homesteading.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, it's not morning. What's going on, everybody?
Eat!
Woo!
Hamburger and brats.
Hey, well, you doing all right. You doing all right. All right, so how many YouTube channels we got out there? Oh, we got a lot of y'all out here today. Okay. How many people just started YouTube? We got one. How many months? You in the back. How many months? You didn't just start. I seen you over there trying to be all incognito. All right, so one of the things that is very, very important with YouTube is branding. You don't really know about it that much at the beginning because you don't really understand how it all ties in with everything else. When I started YouTube, I knew nobody. And then I gotta get closer. Closer. I knew nobody. Actually, Tim, the one that was just talking about communities, one of the first people I met. So I didn't have anybody to ask any questions. But being in the business world for so long, I did understand branding. And the one thing about YouTube is, what is your number one thing that you are branding on YouTube? Anybody know? Yourself. It starts with you. So it needs to be something unique to you. Like me, it's come on. I've been saying come on since I was a little kid. It's something natural for me. It's something that I eat, sleep, and breathe. And you kind of got to do that with branding because you cannot fake this. One of the number one things that people mess up with, they come in and they got all these bright ideas and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But if it's not you, it's not going to work. That's facts. You can't fake this. People will see through. All of these subscribers out here that's watching and stuff, 100% they're going to see right through all your BS, I promise you. So it needs to be all about you. So when you're setting up your channel, and it's never too late, I'm actually going through a rebranding right now to Come On Outdoors. I was C'mon Homesteading for 3 years. When I first got into this, I was doing a homestead and I thought that's what I wanted to do. But as I've evolved and traveled and my life's changed, it kind of became a whole lot broader of a thing. So now I'm switching to Come On Outdoors. It's a bigger search tag. And also everything I do is outdoors. You're never going to hear me say, come on indoors. Come on. It's not going to happen. But the key to it is because the come on is what I'm known for, I can branch off of that come on in many, many, many different ways. And when you're doing branding, you need to think about that. Because this is a business. At the end of the day, it's all fun and stuff. And if you're doing it for fun, that's great. You don't really have to worry about branding. But you never know if you're going to take off or not. And then it just becomes a business. I didn't think that this was going to be a business, but I set it up as a business just in case. I'm glad I did. Because now here I am talking to all of you beautiful people out there. So all I can say is, as far as branding goes, think about it hard and strong. Think about what it is to you. Because everybody's individual. Drifter Down. His brand kind of came out of nowhere. Like,
right out of the creek.
Right out of the creek.
Right into the creek.
He kind of fell straight into his brand. Drifter Down. But the main thing is, have fun with it. Be true to yourself. Find something that is unique to you because you want to stand out. Because YouTube is a big platform and there's a lot of people doing everything that we're doing right here. So if you don't stand out, you're going to kind of get into the mix. So all I can say is, come on and be you and always keep it real. Come on.
Come on! Come
on! Who's next?
Give it up for David, y'all. Good job, man. Mel and Gary, you ready? Come on up, you guys. These guys are awesome. Everybody knows Mel and Gary, man. They've got a good story. Here's a mic.
How are you guys doing today?
We're gonna have to go to different corners. Don't mind me, guys. If you guys have been talking to me all day, you guys already know I'm having really bad allergies, but it's worth it. So
Yes, it is. Mike, Terry, first off, we gotta say thank you guys so much. You guys,
Yes.
This is absolutely beautiful. I've never been out here in your Tenkiller.
Hey, I want to hear some noise from Mike and Terry and Randy right here. Come on, you guys. They put so much hard work into this, and I look around and I just see
All of the helping hands from every single one of you guys.
Helping Hands, this beautiful community, man. I love you guys so much from the bottom of our heart. We've really grown to know you guys, and you guys have grown to know us through our videos and stuff, and it really with leaps and bounds in the last year. And I honestly, I say that we hit the lottery. And so I want to talk to you guys about how we played the lottery and how we won. So, because honestly, YouTube is one of those things where if you don't play, you're never going to win. If you don't put it out there, you're never going to get seen. So, we'll talk about some growth, we'll talk about some vision. Gary, I'm going to let you tackle vision, and then I'll tackle some of that growth.
So with the vision aspect, I mean, with YouTube,
Louder, baby.
louder. Sorry, you guys.
They want to hear you breathe, baby.
They want to hear me breathe.
Breathe deep,
Been the big.
Gary.
That's
I want to
been the big,
hear it.
They
Do
want to
it.
hear
right there on it. Anyway.
You like that, Mel?
So with the vision aspect, like Melanie definitely had the vision of YouTube, and I had the vision of exactly how everything needed to lay out, plan work-wise, for house-wise, and everything else. She sort of ran everything by her, and I had to triple check with her, and she said no, yes, no, yes. So we had a lot of huge plans into it, and it has been one heck of a journey, like no tomorrow. I would not trade it for anything out there at all. And the biggest thing I could say is just, if you have a vision at all, don't hesitate to leap at it. If you're not, leaping at certain things that...
Hold, please.
Oh, thank you, Dad. We're out. We're not gonna say that.
Oops. Well, there it is.
I'm that bad. No.
You're doing fine, honey. Keep it going. You're doing good.
But if you guys see something, or like you're envisioning something, and it doesn't have to be YouTube, it doesn't have to be this or that, go for it. Honestly, all it takes is that first leap. If you never take that leap, you're never going to go anywhere. You can be just sitting there idly waiting all you want and have a vision, but if you're not acting on that vision, it's never going to happen. And I still, to this day, cannot believe that Melanie has grown this channel to be the way that it is now. It's just absolutely boggling, like no tomorrow.
Let me just say that I do the editing and I do all that stuff, but I could not do it without my wonderful partner and our family, and without you guys. Like, our channel, it only grows with the help of you guys. I can put in the work, I can spend the time in front of the computer, I can do all that, and that's great. But without building community and without building the relationships, and again, it's not just watered down stuff. I know Tim was talking about it, about the family and the community. It really, truly means the world to us. And the way that you go about it too is you feel people out. There's going to be so many people here that you're going to talk to and you're going to hang out with. And you're not going to get that super tight connection with everyone. But the certain people that you hit it off with, don't let that fire fizzle out. Build on that. Continue to grow on that. And so for me, with the whole vision thing, when we started our YouTube channel, Gary and I, we had no intent, like, we had a dream. We thought maybe we could do this and it would be nice, but the vision comes in with Gary and I really wanting to go and live differently and live a more simple kind of a lifestyle. That's why we're Simple Life Reclaimed, because we wanted to reclaim those simple things in our life and get to a slower pace and a slower type of a lifestyle. Now, with the vision, I always dreamed and I always hoped that we would have exactly what we have right now. And I know it's the most amazing thing when you wake up and you know that you are literally living in the best time of your life. And it's not just because, of this or that. I think that every single person here has the opportunity to wake up and say, you know what, today is the best day of my life. Today is my best day. Because you're not going to get another one like today. Yesterday, the whole thing, yesterday's gone, tomorrow's a mystery, but they call it the present because it's a gift. And if you really truly live with that mindset and you put your heart into that, you are bound to have blessing. And when you are blessed, you share that blessing. You go out and you reach out and you share that blessing. You don't hoard it off to yourself, you share it. And with this event, I hope that everyone here is inspired to continue to share that blessing with each other and to continue to grow this thing. Now, with Vision, me and Gary, we had talked about for years about going and living and doing what we're doing. And we wanted to start recording it for our kids and for ourselves. And we wanted to share it with other people. Part of our dream and part of our vision was to have a community just like this. Because it can be very isolating to go and live off grid. It can be very alone when you're being self-sufficient. You live out in the wilderness, right? You don't want to go stir crazy. You need some sort of interaction to keep you level. And we found the most amazing community here on YouTube. We found some of the bestest friends that we literally call our family, which is why we have the family, right? They're friends, but they're family. And with growth, I would say if you guys are looking to grow your guys' channel, be consistent, be genuine, be who you are. Don't be afraid of anything. Be fearless and be authentic and consistent. If you do those things, you are bound to grow. You might not hit the lottery, but it will eventually happen. And what was the other part that was on? Vision and growth. And so with growth, right? YouTube goes like this, guys. I'm telling you right now, YouTube goes like this. It's a huge roller coaster. Yeah, if you haven't found that out, I'm gonna tell you right now. Some days you are riding high and you are getting all those views and you're gaining subscribers. And then the next video you post, crickets. And then you get discouraged. What did I do wrong? Oh no, I said something. And you start getting in your own head. Well, that's what this community is for. This community is for those times when you are feeling so like, I did something wrong. You talk with each other, you bounce ideas off of each other, and you work it out, and you realize as long as you are being your true, authentic self, you didn't do anything wrong, and stay the course, okay? So if we will answer questions, you guys can come over and talk with us anything. I would like to, before we stop, I want to really challenge you guys, all right? So I truly have a challenge for you guys. I know this is really random, okay?
Random?
Yeah, squirrel! All right, here's a random squirrel, all right? You guys are all here, we're all getting to know each other. If you haven't met somebody, you're doing something wrong. Yes. I want to challenge you, okay, to go and find a channel that you have not spoken to. Find somebody with a common interest and collaborate. Because that's how you grow. You grow in yourself and you grow out in the community. And when you are growing in yourself, it will grow your community. It's a natural action reaction. So that's my challenge for you guys. I really want to see you guys collaborating and getting with each other and continuing to grow this thing, because you know what? Together, we're giant. Together, it's unstoppable. The amount of knowledge that is here, under these stars, under these trees, is just ridiculous. And you all have a purpose, and you all have a story, and you all can do amazing, wonderful things, and I truly believe that. So,
if I can build a block basement,
yes,
you guys can do whatever you want. On any blocks or anything else. I've never done it before. If I can do that, trust me, you guys can do it. Just determination is the key to anything at all that you want to do, anything in life.
yes.
Just keep on doing it, keep on going, and don't stop.
Yes, don't stop. Don't be afraid to fail. And like we were saying again, don't be scared to take that leap. Whatever that is, if there's something that you want to do, gosh, you are above ground today. Why aren't you doing it? The only person stopping you to do it is you. So who's next?
Who's next?
All right. So how do we start that out?
First and most important is a plan. Yeah, I gotta stand.
Well, closer to the mic.
Oh,
There we go.
closer.
You stay where we are.
So the first and most important thing was we came up with a plan. It did get kind of moved around a little bit. It wasn't set in stone. It went from a 2-year plan down to a 1-year plan. But to downsize, we just started kind of going through our stuff years.
Yeah, I called it the have you seen it in the last year except for holiday stuff?
Yeah,
Plan.
yeah, decorations and
Right.
stuff. Clothes was a big thing. I had a huge closet full of clothes, and I probably got rid of over half of my stuff. I came here with probably maybe 5 pairs of jeans and maybe 20 t-shirts. I've collected more over the years since I've been over here.
I will say this, I have like...
Just keeping it real. Anthony has way more clothes than I do, and shoes.
I do.
I literally have...
Right now in our little tiny closets we have, I
It's
probably
full.
have like...
It's got
50
way more
shirts.
clothes in it than me.
But I like my t-shirts.
Yeah, he just,
I do.
yeah, he's worse than a woman.
Hey, I learned it from the best, man.
Yeah.
I learned it from the best. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
But yeah, so guys, if you guys want to downsize, real quick, I'm gonna bite off that, right? So,
Yeah.
the biggest thing for Roxanne and myself, when we downsized from a big house, knowing we are going to move into a really tiny, tiny space, right? Like a camper, like a shed,
Yeah.
like a tent, anything like that. You literally have to think of, hey, do I need this or do I want this?
Yeah.
Right?
Is it going to serve a purpose
Yes,
over there?
we started off in the garage and we had all these totes.
Yeah. It was full.
Didn't even know what was in them.
Yeah.
They were there for years.
Yeah.
What's in that tote? I don't know. Well, let's open it up. And so our rule was if we haven't touched it within a year, except for holiday stuff, like I said.
No, I got rid of all my
We got rid of
holiday
it.
stuff, yeah. I got rid of all of it except for like the really nice Christmas stuff, you know, but everything went.
And it's very hard to do that because everybody has sentimental things,
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, this was the decoration my son made 32 years ago and it's great and I love it.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Well, I'm just saying, right? Like, there's certain sentimental things
Yeah.
you can keep, but
Oh, yeah,
majority of stuff, we all buy these big giant houses, build these big giant houses, have this giant yard, have everything, just so we can fill it up with more stuff we don't need.
Yeah, like when we had that big house, we had 2 couches, we had a whole bedroom with a bed in it that we didn't even use. It was a guest bedroom. And those are things we didn't need to take with us. I wasn't obviously attached to them. Just get rid of it. You know, you either do it now or it's never going to happen.
Never have.
You know, just bite the bullet, get rid of it.
And it was very hard. There was a lot of goodwill trips going on.
Yeah.
Right? And we do have that documented on our channel. There's a lot of trips me and Wyatt took to the Goodwill.
Yeah, we donated a lot. We did try to sell some of it, and it's really hard to sell some things like couches. You would think people would want to buy them. No.
No.
We ended up having to like basically give it away.
Yeah.
Because we had like 2 days left before we left, and we still had a couch.
We bought, our couch, our big giant couch, we bought for $3,500. Throwing a number out there.
Yeah.
I had to sell it for $1,000.
Yeah.
And
Just
it was
get rid
less
of
than
it.
2 years old.
So,
Because we wanted to downsize.
yeah. So
We were ready to
what
go.
was you say like your most deciding factor? Like, hey, I'm downsizing. What was the changing point in your mind
Now
to
we're
make
moving.
to make it so much easier?
Do I need this or do I want this?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have so much crap in their lives, so much stuff, personal things you guys don't even need.
Yeah. It's
Think about it in your life right now.
it's-
Everybody think about how much stuff you have
Yeah.
in your closet right now. You haven't even worn that shirt in 2 years.
It's
I
very
put this pair of pants on.
it's very relieving. It's like a weight off your shoulders to get rid of all that stuff
Yes.
you don't need anymore or want anymore. That's just been kind of lingering around.
It's so true though. Look
Yeah.
at David, look at me right now. He knows what I'm talking about. He did the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, you just have to go through it and it's very painful
It's
to do.
challenging. You're going to go through a lot of emotions. There's going to be certain things that you can just totally cut ties with. There's going to be things that are a little bit harder, and then there's just things you just can't get rid of. There's no way.
Yeah.
And then we've actually, since we've been in Arkansas, we've started kind of going through some of our stuff. We've even downsized even more since we've been here, because they're just things that we thought we were going to need or want here, but we didn't need it or want it. So we've just been getting rid of it.
We can get rid of it.
Yeah, so it's even coming better.
It's true. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, downsizing, like everybody should take a real look at their life.
Yeah,
Think about if you
wanna
really need something.
If you
or
want to
just
start
want it.
downsizing, come up with a plan, pick a room and start there.
Yes.
And then you might feel better about it and then, oh, I'm going to do this other room. Oh, that feels good. I'm
Where
going to
did
do this
Jessica?
other room. Yeah.
Where's Jessica?
Who?
Jess.
Oh.
Looking for Jess, but no, it was a struggle, guys. Like on our videos, like we try to do the best we can through this entire journey that we've had for the past 2 years to show what we want to show you guys in our lives, right? But there has been so much that we have given up when it comes to downsizing, right, Jess? Me and him were talking about it, that you guys might not even understand. So the biggest thing, if you guys want to do something like what Roxanne and myself have done, David has done, Melanie and Gary has done, and a lot of these other channels have done, you just have to say F it and do it.
Yeah.
Like straight up. You have to just do it.
Yeah. It's now
Tell
or
me
never.
I'm wrong.
No, you're one.
Don't catch me lying, all right? I'm telling you right now, don't catch me lying, all right?
It's now or
This is true.
never.
So it was, I mean, it was hard, right, kids? I love this guy right here. I love this guy. So, I mean, what was the hardest thing for you, Ben?
About downsizing and moving out of the big house.
Yeah. Into a little shed. I don't think it's a little shed, but it's pretty nice.
Yeah, honestly, it was very easy for me. I was super ready to get out of where we were at. Not because, Vegas, but I was just over the big city life. I was ready to go, so it made it that much easier to downsize and get out. Yeah.
Just leave the whole city.
Yeah, I mean, leaving my family obviously has been the hardest part, but sometimes you gotta do what's good for you and live your life. So that's what made it easy, like super easy, but I'm very happy, have no regrets about doing anything that we've done so far. I wouldn't change nothing about it. It's been an awesome experience.
So anybody out there, are you guys wanting to do something very similar that maybe some of these other YouTubers have done already? Anybody? Nobody? Anybody? 10 don't count. 10 don't count. Nobody else?
We're in the middle of it.
You want to do it? I want to hear a question from you. What's one question? How do we do this? How do I do that? Oh, you're doing it. Okay. Anybody else? What about you guys? White Rocks.
White Rock Nation, right there.
What's the question?
Do you have any questions? Anybody have any questions about downsizing, how to do something? What's the struggle on?
How's it with that new kitchen sink?
It's fantastic. I love my kitchen sink. She loves it more than I do. Quite honestly. Well, I do, honestly, I do a lot of the dishes too, so.
Yeah.
I do. I just don't film it, so you guys don't know. But I do do it.
Yeah.
I don't do them at all.
Let's get it. Let's get it. What? No, but seriously, downsizing, guys, it's not as hard as it may seem.
It's not.
How do you convince your spouse to get rid of stuff?
See, you shouldn't have to convince your spouse. Okay? Man and woman should be together and do exactly what she says. Alright? I'm just saying.
Wow.
She do exactly what she says. So we should be all on the same page here. Hey,
I will say this with the clothes situation. That's a perfect example. Because I even told him, I said, you really need to get rid of some of your clothes. You have so many.
I said I will.
I did. I got rid of some of them.
I said I would.
And then you have so many, and I said, okay,
But I didn't.
wait till we get to Arkansas and we're in our closets,
But I
and you're
will.
going to try to put all that stuff in there.
I told you I
You'll
would.
find out real quick how much stuff you have.
But I will.
It's true.
When?
Yeah, win.
When am I going to do that? There's the question. Who has the question of when? When? Anyway, guys. Yes. Nobody has no questions. It was a lot easier to downsize when you want to downsize.
Yes.
Right? And you, yes.
What made you have a thought in your mind while you were living your life to say, this is the moment I feel like we should downsize? What was the breaking point to make you feel like this is just not what we want anymore?
How do I say this? I loved my big house,
Yeah.
but I knew I wanted a better life for Wyatt,
Yeah. That was,
right?
yeah.
Our son. So that's what I was like, you know what, something needs to change, and what needed to change, downsizing came along with that. That makes sense. It's a total different lifestyle I wanted for my son. I grew up in the country, you grew up in the country, not the South.
I wanted to change too for myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Me too.
Yeah, I was
But
ready for
me
change.
personally, it was a lot more for my son than myself.
Yeah.
I think a lot of parents are that way, right? Like you look at your kids, but that was the thing, like, quite honestly, is like I want to look for my kid, what's better for him. So the downside, and a lot of people don't know this. I almost forgot. 12 years ago, when Roxie and myself got together, we were going to move into a tiny house that we built onto a trailer. Right? Remember the whole tiny house nation thing that went on like 12 years ago? I'm gonna build a house in a trailer and be happy. We wanted to do that. And then finally it came to fruition now, but it's not a tiny house. So we've been looking at this for a long time and downsizing, so just do it, guys.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any other questions?
I got a question, man.
You got a question right here.
My question. What I want to ask is like.
Microphone up.
Can you hear me? All right. My question to you guys and to everybody who spoke, thank you, is like, what was the hardest thing about putting yourself on YouTube? I mean, because that's the decision everybody here has to make. Like, I'm gonna film myself or I'm not, right? And you guys put yourself out there to open yourself up to whatever, you know? And what was that like for you guys whenever you made that decision?
Okay, well,
Decided to be a YouTuber.
honestly, so I have background in audio and engineering, stuff like that, but I've never done video, but I've always been kind of like an artist myself, right? I've always liked that kind of thing. And honestly, Melanie and Gary, they were doing YouTube before we were, and Melanie kept elbowing me, saying, hey, what's
Especially
going
when we
on?
decided to do all this,
You
right?
should do YouTube. It's all Melanie's fault.
Yeah.
All of it. But no, honestly though, so she told me to do it, and I was like, you know, maybe we can do it. And so I talked to Roxanne about it, and she was all for it at first, right? And you still are, but you know, and so we just, it'll be cool, it'll be fine, and it's been so good. And it wasn't like a hard decision to put ourselves out there, because I personally think I'm very genuine myself. So when I film stuff, I'm going to be very genuine. And if some of you guys, if you just talked to me, if you never met me, you know I'm the same person on the video as I'm in person. I think anyway. I may be more of like an army mouth here, but than on videos. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's an easy thing just to film yourself, be all, hey, what's going on today? Blah, blah. I mean, it wasn't a hard thing to do. You know, what about you, babe?
It was very hard. Yeah, I'm still having challenges being on camera. I'm very shy. Actually being up here talking is very hard for me. I'm getting a little better, but yeah.
When I get no claps for my wife. I get no claps for my wife.
I'm sure if you guys followed along in the very beginning, I might not have been in the videos too much. Like maybe off to the side, you know, we always have the jokes and everything. Yeah, you know. I just say the little things and play off him. But I feel like I'm opening up, I'm becoming more comfortable, you know, so I've just come to this conclusion, and I'll just say this, is I just don't care so much what other people think. Yeah. Just be true to yourself and just know who you are as a person, and don't care what anybody else has to say about it. It's your life.
That's right.
It's your life. Yeah.
Downside.
Keep it real. Exactly. Come on, keep it real.
Come on. But no, that's about it. I'd like to talk to you guys offline a little bit. If anybody has any questions, since nobody has any questions in here. I guess everybody's a mute all of a sudden, but that's all right. No big deals. When I talk to you guys, you know what I'm saying? I will. I want to say thank you to Mike and Terry for this fabulous meetup. This thing is awesome. Let's give a round of applause for Mike and Terry putting all this stuff together, guys. And I will say this, guys, if it wasn't for all of you guys, all the channels, all the subscribers, none of us would be doing any of this. So thank every single one of you guys. And stay motivated, stay safe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.
No, I'll answer you back, especially if you tell them it's for Mike and Terry. You know what I'm saying? So, next up, I want to have Mike and Sid come on up, man. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for taking my call. Thank you for being my friend. I really enjoy getting to know you guys. And I just wanted you guys to kind of share your story a little bit, and moving from California to Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? And what YouTube means for you. These guys have been doing it for a long time, and you know, one of the things that we talked about was if you're a YouTuber and you quit, guess what? You're done. You're done. Your channel's done. And if you got YouTube dreams, you got dreams of making things happen, man, you cannot quit. Ain't that right?
That's right.
All right, I'm giving this to Sid.
Yeah. Actually, we're going to share this one.
We're going to share?
Yeah. I'm not going to fight with those things. So, hey, I got a question for you guys real quick. I'm just curious, how many of you are still are channels that are still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers?
Raise your hand.
You want to know why I think that's awesome? Because I said that are still trying. And that's what's important, right? You have to continue to try. You have to continue to put in the work, all right? I'm guessing, and tell me if I'm right, I'm guessing that most of you guys out there and gals graduated from high school, got a job, promoted very rapidly, soon became a supervisor, now you own your own company, and you just bought an island. Right? Did I nail that? Is that most of you guys?
Yes.
Right. No, it's not. And that's the point, right? You know, he asked us if we would talk a little bit about kind of the perseverance, right? Sticking with it. And, you know, that's the reality. That is the reality for most of us, is that, you know, we look, Simple I Proclaimed, you guys, you knocked it out of the park, right? And you look, there's been channels out there that do that, but please don't have the expectation that all of those stars are going to fall into alignment for you. Be prepared to put in the work for a long time, right? That's the important thing that I feel like I have to share.
Yeah, I mean, we started in January of 2016, guys, and we didn't take it seriously at first because we just didn't. He decided he was going to put a couple videos out, and one of them got some traction and went semi-viral, and we were like, oh, maybe there's something to this whole YouTube thing. And then he was like, come on, we're going to film something. But it was never on a regular basis. It was never on a schedule. There was no community. There was no reaching out to other channels. There was nothing like that when we started. And for us, we weren't aware of any of that. When we got really rolling was when he got real busy and wanted us to get on a regular schedule. And in like December of 2019, right before COVID hit, he was like, here, you deal with the channel. You edit, you film, figure it out. And I was like, okay. So I had to teach myself how to edit. And a lot of you, I know that's the biggest challenge I've heard for people is I get frustrated with the editing. I don't like it. I don't understand it. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't get it to look smooth. I don't know what I'm... It's a challenge. It's hard. I mean, once you get that kind of hurdle figured out and you figure out a rhythm for yourself and get yourself on a schedule for kind of doing that, it's all about kind of sticking to that schedule and not giving up. Because if you're serious about YouTube and you want to look at it like a business and treat it like a business and try to be as successful in it as you can, you have to work it like a business. If it's a hobby for you and you want to put out a video once in a blue moon and you want your friends and family to see it, that's fine too. It doesn't have to be a job. It doesn't have to be. But if you want to see how far you can take it, you got to work on your consistency and your community, which is why events like this are so important, and reaching out to other channels and talking to other people, because guess what? Every single channel here, every single one here started out with this many subscribers.
That's right.
100% of you started out with this many subscribers, and some of you got to 100 subscribers really fast, or 1,000 subscribers really fast, or 20,000 subscribers really fast, and some of you didn't. Some of you, it may have taken years, and some of you are still trying to get there. It just is a matter of consistency and sticking with it and figuring out what you're comfortable with, what works for you, what's going to have longevity for you as a channel. Don't try to figure out what people want to see, because you're not going to be able to fake it. You can't fake it till you make it. You got to do what is legitimately you and be you on screen and be you on camera. And sometimes you'll screw up, and sometimes you'll be goofy, and sometimes it won't always stick. And sometimes you'll work really hard on a video and you'll think, this is the video. This is the one. Everyone's going to watch it. It's going to go viral, and it's fantastic, and it gets like 3 views. And other videos, you'll think, oh God, I just gotta hurry up and get a video out, and it takes off.
And you hate that one.
And you hate that one, yeah. So you never know. It's just, it's a crapshoot, but you have to put in the work. God provides for those who put in the work, right? You gotta put in the work.
Yeah, guys, so I appreciate Jess for putting this together and getting all of these people together that could share some information with you guys. I think that if you are willing to put in the work and you are trying to turn your business into a business and treating it like a business, these people that spoke to you tonight are some people that you want to talk to. Okay, they're doing as much of the right things as they can do, and the things that they're doing that are not the right things, they're paying attention and course correcting, right? It's a business, so they're treating it like a business, and every single one of them will answer your questions and give you advice, so go talk to them. So let's give it up for, obviously, MT Homestead, Mike and Terry. You guys did a bang-up job putting this together. We really appreciate it. Jess for putting this together tonight here, and let's hear it for Ridgelife. Come on, Tim. C'mon Homestead. David. Where'd Anthony go? And Roxanne is right over here. Yeah. Country Road Cure, guys. And Simple Life Reclaimed. Mel and Gary. And you guys, I want you for being here, for coming here. You are clearly, you know that you're putting in the effort, that you're taking a step in that direction, right? So give your guys a round of applause right now. Give yourselves a hand for coming here and putting in the work. Now let's party.
Give it up for 3 Mississippi. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special surprise.
A surprise.
It's a surprise. This was not planned, but this is awesome.
Can't
Go
believe
ahead, Mel.
no one wanted to ask me about growing tomatoes.
It was totally planned. Right? No. Squirrel! Okay, guys, so some very good friends of ours, because again, it's a community, I'm gonna go back to that again. I'm gonna go back to the community thing. We made really good friends by going to a community event that was with another YouTuber, Bobblehead Homestead, Groovy Eggs Farm. And at that, Jeff. So while we were at that meetup, and it was just a community get together, we were helping him around some of things at his house, we met some really good friends. And that's Denise and Marcel with It's All Gravy. Now Denise and Marcel, they actually were following along a very similar path. We invited them over to our house and we showed them how we laid all the block for our basement. They helped us build one of the well houses. I'm telling you guys all this because I want you guys to go show some love to It's All Gravy, okay? And in Bobblehead Homestead. But It's All Gravy just came over to me and he hissed in my ear and he said, hey Mel, I got something. And I want to give it to somebody out here, okay? I got something right here and I want to give it to somebody out here because a lot of you guys are starting your channels. This will help you on your journey. It'll help you with your videos. It's going to touch on everything that all the other wonderful people were talking about. So I want somebody there. You guys all wooed when there was channels with less than 1,000 subscribers, right? I want those people to get over here because those are the people that can get this.
Come on!
I want the people with less than 1,000 subscribers.
Less than 1,000 subscribers, come forward.
Get over here. All right. Now, filming can be a dog, and editing can be a dog. And a lot of you guys are intimidated because I don't have all these good cameras, and I don't have all this good stuff, and I need all this stuff. You don't need stuff, okay? You don't need it. It does help though, right? So something that can help you guys, this is a DJI for your cell phone, and it's a video stabilizer. And this right here is gonna help you to make those smooth shots. So when you're editing, you're gonna have that smooth cut for your transitions for your next videos. So I wanna give this to somebody with less than 1,000 subscribers, that's all of you guys. And how should we do this? I want a consensus on who we're gonna give it to, because I don't know who we're gonna give it to. How are we gonna do this? Help me out, Jess. Okay, sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you. Just give me a row or whatever so then I can give everybody one. You guys to be inspired and I want you to go after it. And if we can help, then we can help. Why not? It's nobody.
Your ticket?
Jesse handling the tickets? You gonna do the shuffle? Come on with that shuffle.
Shake it up.
So I don't know if you guys know much about DJI. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but like my drone footage, all of my drone footage I use with a DJI drone. And DJI is a really reputable.
No, I'm liking that way.
You can go to help you make that smile.
Yeah, you give us a holler.
Hopefully somebody can put it in use.
Eric from Kansas, did you get your ticket? Got your ticket?
Who else needs a ticket?
Denise,
all right.
this was your signing shirt, right?
Thank you.
The old ladies lining up on the glass. Come on, Grace.
You're pretty lucky today.
I got a
so
microphone
I'm saying.
stand.
Our other number was 517, and this is 717.
1-7.
It's gotta mean something.
Told her she's been pretty lucky.
I wanted what I wanted to.
Yeah.
I spoke it into existence.
How much cake did you eat?
That's a thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I got my Ruger 22 that way too. I got my Ruger 22 that way.
Everyone that has needs one.
Ruger.
When that David's gonna come over here and
She thought Route 21. She's like, I did that shop before.
Ticket. Going once. Going twice.
3 times a lady.
3 times late. Nobody wants to do this.
Okay.
It's all Brady.
We are back feeding. Okay, Denise is picking. Thank you. It's all Grady for this last one.
It's like when there's a birthday cake, so everyone take a step back.
All right, what's the number?
2744.
Hey, right over here. Right over here. Big round of applause. Say your channel name.
I am Nana 9 Acres.
What your channel is about?
Mostly cooking.
Mostly, what kind of cooking you got? You got some good groceries? David likes some good groceries.
Just about anything.
What is your specialty, your most favorite food, comfort food? There you go. Well, congratulations, and It's All Grady was the one that landed it to me, and so I was able to put it in your hands. Thank you guys. I love you guys. This is